Hi, my name is Sam Tucker. It's a pleasure to have you here. Today I'm going to be talking to you on the topic of human potential, mindset and self-growth, and how you can start moving in the direction of a life that truly inspires you. Now, the first question I want you to ask yourself is, do you believe that you have something that could be of service to the world? Now, I'd hope that's a yes, and it should be a yes. And I also want you to ask yourself, do you believe that we should be able to live a life doing what we enjoy, doing something that we love? See, because that's freedom, I believe. Doing what we love, getting paid for it, and surrounding ourselves with people who are on the same page. Now, if you could ask anyone around you if they would like to live like this, most people would say yes. But very few people do. Think about it. How many people do you know that they don't enjoy what they do, they struggle with money, and they complain about who they work with? But see, we grow up and we see this happening around us, and we might see our parents doing it, and we just come to believe that it's normal. So we think, well, that's just how we're supposed to live. But why should that be normal? It was Thomas Edison that said, if we did all the things we were capable of, we would literally astound ourselves. What I'm going to share with you is two concepts to help you understand what it is that's causing us to operate so far below our potential, and how to start tapping into your mental faculties and really stretch and break free of those old limited thought patterns so that you can start moving in the direction of a life that actually inspires you. See, because you have something so valuable and so unique that the world needs. And we're never going to find it when we think within the limits of logic. It's simple. Logic will get us nowhere. The first concept I'm going to share with you is learning how to use something called the creative process. So this is simply learning to start with the end in mind. It was Albert Einstein that said, imagination is the first stage in the creative process. Now, I don't know if you've ever experienced a time where you've started something, started a task or a certain venture, moving in a certain direction, and you think it's what you want, and you start taking steps towards it, and you're ticking off small goals, but then you maybe hit a little bump in the road and maybe get a little frustrated or confused, and then you start questioning yourself, is this really what I want to do? And in the end, we just give up and the project's abandoned. I don't know if you've ever done that, but I've definitely experienced that. So by using this process, we're eliminating confusion and allowing our creative gifts to get to work. And when we think this way and when we use this process, it allows us to reach more meaningful goals in a less stressful and more calm and relaxed manner. And it just makes life so much more enjoyable. So how do we do this? Well, the first thing we've got to do is tap into our higher mental faculty of imagination. It was Napoleon Hill that said, imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force known to man. So we've got to ask ourselves a few questions. First question is, what's the biggest challenge that I'm going through? Now, this may seem irrelevant, but you see, often people think I can't achieve this because of these challenges, and we think there are disadvantages. But often our purpose is laying directly in those what we call pits or voids. So think, what's the big challenge that you've gone through or you are going through that you would love to overcome and then help other people fix that same problem? The second question is, what do I enjoy? What do I love to do? And what am I good at? See, everyone's good at something. And from what I've learned is the thing that you love doing is what you're going to get good at. It's simple. So simple. And then the third question is, how do I really want to spend my days? Like, how do I truly want to spend my days? And when you can answer these questions, put them together, and you can build your vision. Build a picture of how you want to be living. That's all you need, is just a picture. Now, using this process, it seems absolutely ridiculous and illogical, but that is the point. And you have to trust that when you use this process, that the answers will come along the way. It's called developing wisdom. So you have something so unique and that the world really needs, and the way to find it is to dig deep and really think, what does my soul actually want? Now, anything that's ever been achieved in life has been achieved using this process. Again, Albert Einstein said everything's created twice, first in our imagination and then in reality. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great and I love that, but I feel I don't have the confidence or the ability. Now, the truth is, you are confident. You have a deep inner confidence. It's just buried under layers upon layers upon layers of old beliefs, thought patterns, old false concepts that we have of ourselves, which we've ingrained from an early age, which I'm going to speak about in the next segment. But the first step, and it's so vital, it's so important for, regardless of what you want to do in your life, whether you want a large amount of success or whether you want to live a simple life, it's so important that we build the picture on the screen of our mind of what we want and how we want to be living. Now, the second concept is understanding the paradigm, and this is really the juice, and this is something that all people need to understand. The paradigm can be explained as a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. And almost all of our behavior is habitual. I want you to think about your routine in the morning. Right? So most people will get up, they'll check their phone, they'll go to the bathroom, they'll make breakfast, make coffee, go to work, speak to the same people, have the same conversations, feel the same feelings, and then repeat and do that on a loop. And it always feels like something's about to change, but it just never does. There's a man named Dr. Joe Dispenza. You may have heard of him. He's known as one of the leaders in the area of human potential, self-development, mindset, and he understands the mind and the body and the nervous system, better than anyone. And he said in all of his years of teaching, he said the most profound fact that he ever learnt in years of teaching, studying with incredible people, he said the number one fact that he learnt that blew him away more than anything is that 95% of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviour today is identical to yesterday. 95% of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviour today is identical to yesterday. So essentially what that means is it's our habits that are controlling our life. So in order to start breaking free and moving forward, we must learn how to change the old paradigm. And we do this through constant spaced repetition of changing our thoughts and feelings and rewiring the nervous system. See, and this is why what they call positive thinking doesn't work consistently, because we're not conditioning the new thinking. On a conscious level, we say, I want this, I want that, I'm happy, things are going good. But on an unconscious level, which controls 95% of our thoughts, our feelings, and the results we get in life, are saying the exact opposite. So a paradigm, it's a multitude of habits and ideas stored in our unconscious mind that control around 95% of our perceptions, beliefs, and behavior. So the paradigm must be changed if we want to move forward and break free and experience a good quality of life. Now you might be thinking, okay, well, that's all good, but it sounds like a lot of work. And it's up to you. If it's up to you whether you want to continue living the same life, getting the same conditions, situations, people into your life, or if you want to enter a new world and actually see what you're really capable of. Because I can assure you, once you do this work, it's a little bit sticky at first, but once you break free and your mind starts readjusting, you realize that you actually are in full control and you can completely direct your life. And it's the most incredible work that anyone can do, and I think everyone should really get involved in it. So step 1, use the creative process. So stretch your imagination, build the picture of what you want, what you really want, and what means a lot to you, and how you want to spend your days. Second step is change the old paradigm. Simple, we do that through constant spaced repetition and mentoring. And as you understand this process, you'll start to enter a whole new world. So thank you, and I hope this has been valuable. And I trust you get something from it. And if you want to learn more about what I do, you can visit my site, www.thetuckermindset.com, or you can reach me at my email, which is thetuckermindset@gmail.com. So again, thank you. I appreciate you listening to the end, and I hope to speak to you soon. Thank you.